Welcome to the latest horror comedy showcase of 2023. Want to know how the boy and Lisa took on the restaurant? As they walked out, the restaurant calmed down. Everyone looked at the open cupboard in them, wondering if they were performing a disappearing magic trick. Suddenly, a blaring alarm echoed through the ship, and passengers swung open their doors, curious about the next twist in this horror tale. Just as the alarm stopped, a series of mysterious whispers began, and most people seemed to be remote-controlled, following the whispers in unison. No matter how the clear-head had tried to stop them, it was as if they couldn't hear, continuing to walk forward until they all gathered on the deck, even climbing over the rails as if lining up for a summer swim. Then they jumped straight into the ocean like moths to a flame, as if joining an unwanted pool party. This bizarre scene shocked all the clear-headed people, while the deputy returned to the mysterious estate, ready to send out a help message. At this moment, the captain confronted the bearded man again. Upon hearing about the collective suicide by jumping into the ocean, tension soared like a runaway roller coaster. Both sides tried to stop the adventurers, to no avail. Meanwhile, the boy brought Lisa to the room for a secret play. He carefully set down the triangular object in his hand, then composedly picked up a pen and smoothly wrote, "Welcome to my real world." Immediately afterwards, the boy gently pulled Lisa closer to him and cautiously moved the bed aside. He grabbed the triangular object, crawled into the secret passage as if for a clandestine gathering. At the bottom, the boy released the green beetle. Before Lisa's eyes, the boy vanished into the passage like Superman, and she quickly followed, eager to uncover the truth of this mistake. When she reached the end, she found herself in another scene, and the portal behind her seemed like a lost script on stage. A building not far away caught Lisa's eye. While Daniel found Lisa's room, could the script have more character? Discovering the secret passage was open, Lisa quickly crawled inside, feeling like a secret agent, with Daniel hot on her heel. After a little fiddling, the passage opened again, and she quickly arrived in the space where Lisa had just been, only to find it empty. Meanwhile, the boy stood quietly by a grey stone, looking a bit odd, while people on the Cerberus continued jumping into the water, resembling an out-of-control party. More and more people were losing consciousness, while the clear-headed thought of a brilliant idea. They tied themselves up like human rope, while crew reported ship events via telegraph. But the reply they received was about the ship sinking. The deputy arrived at the telegraph room, seemingly unfazed, pulling out a device identical to Daniel's. A few casual tweaks later, the crew member collapsed unconscious, making for a truly beyond boring scene. At this moment, Lisa entered the mysterious building, opened a door, and found an empty room with just a chair, waiting for the next audience. Just as she was puzzled, her father appeared, holding a mysterious syringe like he was starring in a large-scale abduction drama. Two men pinned Lisa to the chair, injected her, and when she woke, found herself back in her room in an endless loop. Seeing the marks on her wrist, Lisa realized her fantastic journey was real and dashed out, bumping into the searching captain. The captain directly grilled her on why she had mysteriously disappeared, and Lisa could only helplessly say it was the boy's magic with the triangular object. The captain then took Lisa back to his room, where she voluntarily revealed her secret. Her father was the owner of the shipping company, turning their family life into a dramatic series. Lisa firmly believed her father was up to something on the ship, and she had received a letter from her brother 4 months before departure, mentioning he had discovered their father's secret. Thus, her brother arranged to meet Lisa in New York, but the Prometheus he was on vanished mysteriously, making her feel like a spice jar overturned. At that moment, she spotted a green beetle crawling on the table and quickly trapped it with a cup, then put it into a metal cigarette case, a truly creative bug catcher. Then, without hesitation, she crawled into the secret passage with the captain following closely behind, as if reenacting the legendary tale of treasure hunt. What lay before the captain was shocking, as she found it was her home had they really discovered a new continent. Meanwhile, Daniel returned to the measuring device, and her actions caught the attention of the worker, as if it were a game of secret agent. Seeing this, the worker hit her with the shovel, only to be overpowered by her heroism, creating a tense atmosphere like a struggle game. She quickly pressed the button on the mysterious device, saving herself as the worker instantly fainted. What a combat comedy. Daniel connected the instrument's data cable to the device she held, quickly completing the operation, leading to infinite alpine murmur. Those who had lost their senses regained awareness, and all survivors gathered on deck. A ship that once had over 1,000 passengers now held just a dozen. The deputy handed the captain a company telegram akin to submitting a resignation. Meanwhile, Lisa's father was in an unknown room, receiving a distress telegram from the Cerberus. Was he joining the ranks of the captain and explorers? He ordered his men to retrieve the boy, while the survivors on the ship gathered together, as if holding a revival meeting. At this moment, the ship's engines had shut down, and they had to figure out how to restart it, seemingly engaging in a brainstorming session. The women began searching the ship for more survivors, while the others, led by Little Black, headed to the boiler room to find ways to restart the engine, as if they were in an adventure movie. They found a crate of expanding black crystals, a real supernatural experience. Daniel quickly warned not to touch those eerie-looking things. Seizing a moment of distraction, he slipped away unnoticed. Mysterious crystals dotted the ship. A woman searching for survivors curiously touched them, like an adventurer passing by. His sudden sting struck her as the blackness spread quickly. A full-blown electrifying saga was officially underway. At this moment, Lisa led the captain into the secret passage, heading for the earlier visited building, like an underground adventure. Daniel had followed from the passage too, as if it was a game of secret tracking, and the two entered the mysterious room again. The captain discovered the steel plate behind the curtains that had anchoring spikes. It proved this place was merely part of the ship, a performance interwoven with. Meanwhile, the few in the boiler room made persistent efforts and successfully restarted the engine. Looks like the revival operation was making progress. Electricity was restored, but the deputy, who should have been in the control room, appeared in a mysterious hell, as if thrown into the climax of a movie. Just as Lisa reached out to touch it, Daniel came rushing in to stop her, fearing it would trigger an unnecessary collision.